Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How about them Tigers? Man, I was just catching the I feel like I need to go ahead and throw on my LSU hat right now. Feel like I need to. I need more LSU gear. Like I feel like I don't have enough LSU gear anymore. Like when I was in school there, that was something. Let me see. Why does the brim look weird? Okay, that's what it is. It's a dad hat anyway. But I don't feel like I have enough LSU gear now. Like it used to be a thing where I had, plenty of LSU gear and stuff. Now, not so much. I need to re evaluate my gear situation. And I'm actually going to reevaluate my lamp situation right quick as well here. Because when it sits at a certain angle, what happens is that it doesn't um it makes the reflection in the back look kind of weird. Let me move that. There we go. Yeah, it makes the reflection in the back look kind of weird. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? I am coming to you from a pre-Juneteenth. We're doing a pre-Juneteenth celebration, and I think I'm probably going to be one of the only folks up in here. But I am opening myself up to do any lives and everything, and answer any questions and everything because that's what we do. So yeah, I scheduled it for like 11:30, which is kind of late night, but I decided to go ahead and bust a late night one because just got finished watching the game. Well, catching the end of the game, I should say. So caught the end of the LSU game, and once I caught the end of the LSU game, it was like, okay, cool. Now I can, chill. Oh, I got action. This said Racket Club. What's going on? Racket Club, I should say. What's going on, man? What's good? What is good, man? This is just a great day to be a Tigers fan. Definitely a great day to be a Tigers fan, man. Shout out to my LSU Tigers. Okay, say set of the day, but Sony Wave, really good one, classic. I don't even know if Sony Wave is old enough to be called a classic. Yes, it is. Sony Wave is old enough to be called a classic, but it's a very good one, man. Sony Wave is one of those fragrances that will never lose utility. It's one of those that's gonna always be something that if you are in doubt, you can always reach for, spray on, know you're gonna smell good when you walk out the door. That's the beauty of Masoni Wave, man. And I think there needs to be a referendum in the fragrance community on utility because one of the things I'm noticing a lot more recently is that people are so in tune with trying to do the complexity. And I mentioned this before. As a matter of fact, on my video this week for Ex Vetiver from Juliet Has a Gun, I mentioned it. We get so caught up in the complexity and the newness of a fragrance that sometimes we just miss out on the fact that some shit just smells good, bro. Racket Club says, I've been living in Brazil for 5 months and can't wait to return back so I can buy some new frags without being taxed out my ass. Man, I could imagine. The tax is stupid. Coming from down that way, man. Shit. And then with tariffs and all that kind of stuff going on, probably is not it's probably gonna be getting worse coming up soon, man. So, I grieve for your wallet in that scenario. Hell, I grieve for my wallet all the time. Man, I just started up a haul that's coming in the next couple of weeks. Was picking out some fragrances, and I was like, man, I'm picking out. Got way too much going on. It said Lattafa costs the same as designers in Macy's here. So, Lattafa. That's an interesting thing. I've always wanted to know what Lattafa looks like on an international stage, right? Because here we could find it in our Burlingtons. Burlingtons is kind of like, I wouldn't call it a secondhand store or anything like that, but you get a lot of cheap and like outlet style items from Burlington. And you could find a Lattafa for $19 US in there. Assad goes for like $20 US in Burlington, you know? So thinking about that, it makes me wonder how it is in other places. Like if you're saying that the Lattafa costs the same as designers down there, wow, that's that's harsh. That is harsh. I don't know if now there are some Lattafas that I feel do like warrant a price, like a nice little price tag. For example, I talked about Assad bourbon the other day, and man, Assad bourbon is nice. It's really nice. The issue with it is that the DNA is kind of, but I think you could get retail because it's just as good as some of the other retail or designer fragrances out there. Right? Club says it's crazy how Arabic fragrances like Lattafa and Armaf are looked at as bougie there. What? Bougie? Man, hey, look, I wish my Lattafas could be bougie over here. TT Fragrances, what's going on? He said, you got any tips for fragrance creators just starting out? Record. Randy, man, the fragrance dude, he was the one who really kind of pushed up. I just got to put that LSU out there. Go Tigers. Oh, man. We're going to the finals in the World Series, College World Series finals. LSU, go Tigers. Anyway, yeah, so Randy, the fragrance dude, man, he gave me some of the best advice that I can remember, man. When I was talking about trying to start a channel, it's like, man, just start. Just start recording. Don't matter what you're recording on. I think he said he started out in like a closet and was literally just like recording from the closet. And I know a guy right now, TJ Jones, back home. Shout out to my boys, my Saints fans out there. He's got a nice size following right now, man. And he literally started out recording in his closet. So do what you got to do, man, but make sure you're putting content out because people can't find you if you're not putting yourself out there. That's the main thing. You could get started. I think Randy said he got started with 20 fragrances and he just did all 20 fragrances in a row. I got started with I think I had at the time that I started the channel, probably like 35, 40 fragrances that I had just kind of sitting there. I had other ones like more like higher end ones in stock in my storage. But yeah, just do that. All right, Tracy Lynette, NBT, what's going on? She said, hey, NBT in chat, send it today by Rado, Mojave Ghost Absolute. I want to try Absolute. I heard about Absolute. I have not tried it yet. I gotta put my nose on Absolute. And if you wearing it, I know it smells good. I know it do. All right, Joe, this is see, Joe, just so happy you came in at this moment, Joe. Send today, YSL, YEDP just bought Rude Ross Thai Mango. Ooh, that sounds good. So, I had limited the last live to 60 seconds. Because of you, Joel, I said, you know what? I'm going to not limit it to 60 seconds. And as soon as I look down just now and I look up at the screen, it's like, do. Stuff is rolling. All right. Let's see. Say, have you picked up mango ice yet? I've had mango ice. I picked it up a while back. Gave it to my brother. It wasn't what I was looking for. So when you think about God of Fire, in the essence, what I was looking for was something that was more resembling. Resemblant. I was about to make up a word. To the actual God of Fire DNA, specifically because I'm a big fan of the agarwood in that thing. I'm a big fan of the way the oud just darkens up that tropical profile. Mango ice to me came across as a little bit more fizzy. It didn't come across as oody. It didn't really have that richness that I was looking for. But my brother's in Louisiana, man, and he's in a higher humidity climate than I am. It gets humid here in Atlanta, but in Louisiana, it gets a lot higher, humidity. So, something like mango ice works a little better there. Because it's not really a very oud heavy, but it still kind of gives you more of that kind of tropical feel, and kind of it has a fizzy feel to it. It's not bad though. All right, let's see. All right, I'm looking at everybody saying hey to each other. Kicks Griffey, the man, what's going on, man? What is happening? All right, let's see. Frag Club, I used to want to make frag videos, but I gave away and sold about 50 frags before coming to Brazil. I'm down to about 30 now. Sometimes you got to declutter. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you got to declutter. I've decluttered. I remember, before I started the channel a couple years back, I got up to like 70, 80 fragrances. And I was like, I just don't see myself, having. So I just started decluttering, man. And felt good about it. I really did. I did feel good about it. Now, some fragrances I ended up going and getting again because I ended up missing them. I started being like, embracing the fact that I love fragrances, and I love to be able to kind of have variations of different fragrances all the time. If y'all guys don't know, I pick my fragrance of the day, unless I'm testing a fragrance. I pick my fragrance of the day, scent of the day, by spinning the wheel. I have like a little spin the wheel app, and it has all of my fragrances on there, and what I'll do is, and this is the app right here. Let's say I have it. This is like I have them like broken down into individual categories and everything. But whenever I want to figure out what I want to wear, spin that app, spin that wheel, and it tells me what it is I'm going to wear. Now I have it split. I have like a bunch of different subcategories as well. Carbon Low Intense, which is actually not a bad fragrance. It's kind of almost like a pasty style of mint. Similar, if you smell it side by side, to Green Irish Tweed. It's not that, but it has a similar vibe to what Green Irish Tweed is. It's actually not bad. But that's how I do it. And I have the subcategories on the wheel where it's like, summer hotness and cruise and all that. So I have like a whole bunch of different like subcategories. But sometimes I'll get in here and I'll be like, dang, what am I gonna wear? I let my wife spin the wheel. All right, Tracy, that says beautiful. And you're probably talking about the mango ice. It is. It's actually nice. It really is. TT Ferguson says, thoughts on Mancera Amore Cafe. So Amore Cafe, everybody knows I'm a big Mancera fan. You know what I don't like though? I don't like smelling like a candle. To me, Amore Cafe, as beautiful as it is, and I think on women, it actually doesn't smell as much like a candle, but to me, Amore Cafe comes across as a room scent that I would love to smell, and not a fragrance that I would love to wear. And to me, there is a decided difference between those. Like there are some fragrances that I'm like, oh man, this is awesome. I want to wear this. I want to smell like this. And then there's others that, ooh, this is nice. I want to walk into my home and smell this fragrance. Amore Cafe is one of those. Like Amore Cafe is one of those fragrances that I wish I had a candle of, that I would light that candle so when I came home, that would be my ambiance. It's an ambiance setter. But to me, even though it sets an ambiance, it's not something that I want to wear off skin. Let's see. Racket Club said, what's your opinion on the difference between Mango Bliss and Vulcan Few? Similar scenario with Mango Bliss to Mango Ice. It doesn't have the same agarwood punch that the Vulcan Few does. Few to me is closer to that God of Fire DNA, but I will say that Mango Bliss to me comes across a little bit fresher as it comes into the dry down. Now, comparing the two, I go Vulcan Few all day, every day, but I can see where somebody would look at those two and say, I'll go with Ophidian Mango Bliss. it does have, again, like mango ice, slight little bit of fizziness at the top, which is weird that it does, but it's not bad. I actually like it. You say Racket Club was the culprit. You say Kix Griffith says, sit of the day. Kenzo Ohm, EDT. Hell yeah. TT Fragrances, you got any LVs? Shoot, I was decanting imagination out like crazy. I got Pacific Chill, and that's another one that I usually keep locked up. By the way, I will never show a Louis Vuitton fragrance on my channel, and and a lot of y'all know why. Like, even if I do like dupes of the fragrance, especially if I do dupes of a fragrance, I will never show the actual Louis Vuitton bottle. Some other like brands, I'll show their bottles. I don't play with Louis Vuitton because, you know, after what they did to Neeb, after what they did to Gent Sense, I got my guy out in Vegas. They they hit him, and he's not even like a super large creator, but he was getting like his monetization knocked. Like, he wasn't able to make anything off of certain videos because he was, you know, he had both the original and the clone. So he was like, and then he did a review for a specific, when Lovers came out, he did a review for that. They gave him a copyright, a content strike. So yeah, not even throwing them on the channel. But Pacific Chill, Imagination right now. Well, actually, I don't even have Imagination anymore because I decanted that thing out. So yeah, when I was selling decants in the Facebook groups. Let's see. Smells good. What's happening? What's good? Scent of the day, Escandalo by Day 3, which is awesome, man. Scent of the day, Zizam by Yeoman Lao. What is that, Nizam? What is that, and inspired by? What is that inspired by, the Nizam? Because I know Yeoman Lao does a lot of inspired bys. Joel Matrix, I still have a Lattafa that you could recommend me about 2 years ago. Yeah, Joel, man, Joel is the sensei. You know, if there's a fragrance, 9 times out of 10, Joel has either smelled it or has it currently. All right, let's see. Smells good. Mr. Clark, what's happening, man? Scent of the day, Nazar Royal Paradise. I have not put my nose on that thing, but I hear good things about it. All right, let's see. Racket Club said, have you started getting any free frags from companies yet? You've been putting in a lot of work. No, not from companies. I have had a store that sent me a couple of things because of the fact that I mentioned it on a video once. I mentioned it, and apparently people were saying, "Oh, Novice Nose told me that you guys had this in stock." So they sent in a free bottle, you know, to go with that. Excuse me, but no companies have really sent me anything. Well, with the exception of Kelly, Kelly Jones over at Kelly and Jones, she sent me the Mezcal Azul because I had the Mezcal Anejo, and she sent that over to me because I mentioned on one of the lives that Mezcal Anejo is a beautiful scent, but it's mostly for like spring and the fall. You know, it's beautiful, boozy, tequila, smoky with a peach note that is just realistic and bounces all over that thing. Gorgeous in the air. I love it. So she was like, oh, hey, I got something brand new for summer. You got to check it out. And I got a review that's going to be coming up on that one soon. That stuff's good. That is awesome. Let's see. But hey, if they want to send bottles, you know. The Racket Club say I gave away my mango bisque because it was low-key feminine on my skin. Yeah, I wanted something else similar to God of Fire. If you want something similar to God of Fire, if you could get your hands on Vulcan Few, get your hands on Vulcan Few, man. Vulcan Few is a gorgeous, and Tracy Lynette, my NBT, if she's in the chat, she could tell you because I sent this over to her. I think I might have sent it to you too, Kix. This is amazing. Like, as far as comparison to God of Fire, it probably comes closer than most DNAs that I've smelled, or most companies that have tried to get close to it. Um, and it's because they really do nail the darkness. They nail the darkness, the depth that's in God of Fire. A lot of them don't really kind of get down and dirty into it. They kind of play around with the freshness in there, and they don't really get into the dankness of that agarwood. And this one doesn't get completely dirty, but it gets a little dingy. So, but it's really good. It is really, really, really good. And I think I like this one more as it gets into the dry down than actual God of Fire, because this one actually kind of freshens up a little bit. It doesn't that so sometimes you can get a little bit too dank, and that argwood kind of sits there in God of Fire. It doesn't freshen up like it does in Vulcan Few. All right, let's see. Jerry, what's good, everyone? I don't do clones because I'm not a fan. I like the original. Hey, look, to each his own, man. It depends. Okay. I had a video and I have not posted this video. And I may never post the video. Oh, mandatory time to tell y'all guys, LSU in the College World Series finals. Anyway, but one of my big things, man, is I really look at DNAs in the vein of, is it worth my purchase? Blue Talisman, for example. Blue Talisman, I like the DNA, but I wasn't blown away by it, and especially not $300 something blown away by it. So I never thought of, okay, I want to go ahead and jump on this DNA. But then when Tosh 2 dropped, I was like, well, hey, if it's something that's going to be close to that DNA, I can see a little bit of utility to it, because it does have a nice little airy nature to it. That might be something that I would wear, just not for $300. I mean, if you drop that price down to like, if you drop Blue Talisman down into that 150 range, 120, 150, that's probably a cop for me. I probably get that, because there is a little bit of utility in it. I like it enough to do that. I don't like it enough to pay $3. So when Taj 2 came out, I was like, okay, well, it's getting close to that DNA. Let me try it. It's not. The fruit blend is all messed up on Taj 2. Now, it has gotten better over time. And in the video that I did, I actually, it was more of a comparison and more of a critique of Art of Universe. And I was talking about how Art of Universe is more of a brutish version of Blue Talisman. It is very much like in your face with the fruit blend in here. There's no delicate nature to it at all. There's no artistry at all. It's literally like load the gun and shoot it. That's what this is. It is load the gun and shoot it. And Taj 2, for all of its deficiencies, the one thing that Taj 2 does well is that it kind of goes into the progressions. Ooh, there we go. It goes into the progressions of Blue Talisman very well. I mean, it is light, it is airy. It's just that the fruit blend is effed up. But other than that, it actually isn't that bad of an interpretation. Now, the problem is a lot of people, the reason why they like Blue Talisman has to do with that pear, that crispness of the fruit blend that's in there. So if you fuck up the fruit blend, it kind of ruins the fragrance a little bit. So even if you get most of it right, it's okay. Best way to describe it, it's like taking a song, right? You got a song and you know what this song is at karaoke. And somebody comes in and hits every note accurately, but they're just hitting the notes accurately. There's no soul to what they're doing. This one don't hit the notes accurately. This is just growling and doing runs and going all over the place and treating everything like it's a gospel matinee, but it sounds good. You know, they're not even hitting all the right notes, but it sounds good. That's the difference between this two, you know? So, you know, it can be that way. I will kind of decide whether or not I'm going to get a clone of a fragrance based on if I think that the DNA that it's cloning, if I would have paid full price for that. Pierce is another example of that. Not the biggest fan of Perseus from Perfumes de Marly. Not the biggest fan. The DNA has utility though. I like it. But I'm not paying $250, $300 for it. This one gives me that same DNA, and this was actually a really good interpretation of it. Gives me that same thing for about $40, $45. So I'm more likely to go with this and kind of take the utility of the DNA at a cheaper price than to pay a price that I don't want to pay for a utility of a fragrance that I'm probably not going to use as much as I would, use anything else. If I'm going to pay $300, $400 for a fragrance, I want that to be my fragrance. I want that to be my signature. I'm going to get some real use out of it. If I'm not getting real use out of it, then I'm less likely to make that type of investment. There are exceptions to every rule, of course. All right, let's see. Let me try to go back down in here. All right. Jerry says, scent of the day is Montal Aqua Gold. Montal, you can't go wrong with Montal. Just like you can't really go wrong with Mancera that much, you can't go wrong with Montals, Let's see. Smells Good says Nizam is not a clone. It's an original fragrance by them. I think they have 3 of them now. Oh, see that. So I think the goal of every clone company should be to parlay that into making their own original fragrances. And the fact that Yeoman Lel is putting out some more original stuff, I'm trying it. As soon as we get off the live, I'm looking it up. I want to put, what's the notes in that thing smells good? Because that might be up my alley. Jerry said, I'm on a Mancera and Montal rampage. Be on that rampage. If you have not already put your nose on Mancera's Cinque Terre, go do it. Go do it. Hey, hit up my email. I'll send you a decant. I usually charge $4 for them. But Cinque Terre, beautiful. I said on the review on this one that the bottle actually kind of relays what you get in this fragrance. You're getting a blue fragrance at the top, goes aquatic and everything, and then it goes kind of green, not super coniferous, but fresh pine green as it kind of goes through its progressions. And then at the end, it gets this really sweet tonka that comes off of your skin, and it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. I mean, this one takes you through a scent journey. Sometimes it's cool to go on a journey with your fragrances. This one takes you on a scent journey, man. If you haven't put your nose on Cinque Terre from Mancera, do that. Do that, Jerry. The other one, of course, and I everybody knows I stalked this fragrance forever online. I literally stalked it online. I was one of the first that I know to get this fragrance. Of course, Mancera. Fig me up. Gorgeous. There's not a whole lot else you can say about it. As I was talking about the way that Vulcan Few has that darkness that blended with a tropical type of vibe. What Fig Me Up does is it takes that fruity fig in here. It freshens it up with a rhubarb at the top. So it kind of goes almost greenish, not quite green, but it's really fresh, opens up really fresh. And then you start getting these pops and these little facets that are hitting you and hitting you and hitting you of that agarwood as it kind of goes into the dry down. And after about an hour or so, it gets just a really nice, like middle of the ways vibe with some sweetness, a sweet undertone, but you're getting a darkness from the agarwood there. And every once in a while, if you whiff in the right place, you're getting some fruity pops going. It's gorgeous, man. I love this one. If you haven't put your nose on that one, do that. Stay on that tear, because I think Montal's got some new ones popping up too. So yeah. Let me see. TT Ferguson says, you tried Vanilla Voyage? No, not yet. Have not done Vanilla Voyage yet. Let's see. Tracy Ness says, it's fire. I love it. Oh, yeah. If you're talking about Vulcan Fugue, yes. TT Ferguson said, I tried to do a live stream today. It only lasted 25 minutes because only one person said something at the very end. Hey, look, I need to go ahead. I think I am subscribed to you. If I'm not, I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to you, man. I try to show love anytime I see somebody that's actually jumping on and trying to do some content, man. I want to jump on and try to interact a little bit, man. Don't give up. Don't give up on it, because a lot of times what happens is people will pop in and pop out, pop in, pop out, pop in, pop out. Check and see what you have this stuff tagged as too. Try to put some tags in there, like, fragrance talk, fragrance reviews, question and answer, stuff like that. The other thing you might want to do is when you go to your category, you might want to put how to and style as your category, because there's always people that are looking for like fragrance content and style content. So if you put those things on there and then tag your video up a little bit, you probably will start getting a lot more people kind of start coming in. And then once they get there, man, do what you do. Say thank you again, NBT. Oh no, anytime. I got something else I got to send you too. I was looking at, because I there was a few, because we still got to do that. That if it's not a live, it's gonna be a pre-record where we go over some scents that I send you, and you can send me. But we'll probably do that coming up soon. But there's a couple of them that I just got that I wanted you to put your nose on. One of them, this guy, yeah. And actually, this is my scent of the day today. So this fragrance is, I don't like to use the word great a lot, but it definitely is better than I expected it to be. Shout out to Need for this one, man. And when I smelled Carnal Desire, I was kind of like, okay, whatever. When I smelled Roll Taboo, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like blown away by them. This one I'm digging. Platine Blanc. I'm digging this one a lot. Like, so I got today, I was I wore it to work. So when I do fragrance reviews, I usually wear it out, out in the wild a good bit. And then I usually make a point to wear it to work at least twice. Okay. Today was the second time that I've worn it to work since I had it. And I had 3 people, 1 coworker, and then 2 people, one when I went to the Quick Trip convenience store, and then one, where's the wife yet? One girl was tripping. And I thought my wife was gonna beat me up, because she was like, I need my man to smell like you. We were in the elevator. And I'm like, oh, well, hey, you might want to tell them, check out Platine Blanc, yeah. It's actually really good. It's really, really good. It lasts a good bit too, man. It lasted on my skin. It kind of projected really, really well for that first 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. Then it kind of shrunk in a little bit. I say maybe on skin altogether, 6 to 7 hours. So not bad. Let me get back in here so I can start looking at the screen. I was about to start. Mo, what's going on, man? What is happening? Racket Club says, I'm gonna cop that Vulcan when I return back to the country. I can't believe I can't find one for less than $75. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. TT said, just count it as a regular video, even if it's a live, you're still gonna have views and likes for it. That is very true, Joe. That is very true. Tracy Ness says, no, not a gospel matinee. Yes, that's exactly what it is. If you look at the two and compare the two, now I was bringing in Tarathi Electrique, and there was a part of me that said, you know what? Stop. No, no, not doing it, not doing it. Here's why. It's because remember what I said earlier about me not being like blown away by the blue talisman DNA, but I could see utility at like, $50 or so? I've got like two of them that are okay. Now, the thought of this though is if I do bring it in, it's not a rush, right? I'm not gonna use it as a summer scent anyway. I don't think of Blue Talisman as a summer scent as much as I think of it as like a spring and fall scent. So I'm not really rushing to bring it in. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be dropping reviews on it and doing all that kind of stuff. That's fine. Drop as many reviews as you want to. I got I got some other stuff that I'm gonna be reviewing. I got that Turin 31 from Anash coming up. Rare Reef is actually Rare Reef will be here tomorrow. I think it's actually here already. Memoirs of Summer. That's here. Which is shout out to Ross over at TLTG for that one because he hyped that one up, and I'm really interested in that one. So interested that I went ahead and brought in a decant. We were talking about LVs earlier, right? I brought in a decant of Louis Vuitton Symphony, which is what Memories of Summer is supposed to be cloning or supposed to be inspired by. Shout out to Scent Rush, man, for getting it here fairly quickly. They got it here like within a day or two of me ordering it. So this is the Symphony decant here. So this is going to be one that I'm going to be I'm going to have to cover up my pretty face so that it'll focus, because it can't focus if my pretty face is in the camera. There we go. Symphony from Louis Vuitton. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing a compare and contrast between how those two interact together, All right, let me see. You say you sent a super chat? I'm looking at the screen right now. Hold on, let me see. I need to go in here and see where's the super chat at. Hold on. Why is it not giving me the super chat? I'm going to scroll back. Hey, Joe, if I get a super chat in here, man, let me know, because I apologize for that, because it doesn't even show me the super chat anymore. That's crazy. I appreciate the super. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I went back too far, or I didn't go back far enough. It's like, thank you for keeping it real, just passionate about fragrance. Yes, I am, man. I am super passionate about fragrances, man. I just love fragrances. It's one of those things that, to me, I I appreciate the art of it, but also, it's every fragrance has is got like an experience potential of an experience to be tied to it. Every fragrance you smell has the potential to be a game changing, a life changing fragrance for you. So that's just kind of how I see about it. Oh, guys, by the way, if y'all ain't noticed, I had to cut the beard, man, and it wasn't even an intentional thing. So I was in there just trimming my beard and all that, and I'd be having to do the most. I'd be having to like put tape on here and stuff like painter's tape and wear it up to the ear, be doing all the kind of crazy stuff like Inspector Gadget stuff, and cut it down too low. And I was like, I'll go ahead and fix it. Ain't no thing. But I didn't put the guard on, and I was supposed to put the guard on, and so you're seeing me without the beard. I feel a way about it though, because I feel a little bit more like clean cut with it without the beard. I don't look as raggedy because I'm not really that good at growing beards. I'm from the Apache tribe, which means I have a patch of beard here, a patch of beard here, and a patch of beard here. So it does feel better not having to worry about trying to manicure whatever little bit of hip hop I have left on my face. Let me see. All right, now. You said, what's your favorite mancera for fall? Oh, that's a good question. So many to choose from. So many. So I say this a lot. that the DNA for silver blue is gorgeous. I feel like it almost can be more of a winter scent, but it's got some, like, if you light spray this, the way that caramel, that like caramelized fruit kind of plays in the air with this one, and it's got like a lavender kind of freshened it up a little bit. It's gorgeous. This is gorgeous in the air, man. Sarah Silver Blue. Um, but I could. Oh, it's not even gonna focus because it's too much light on this silver cap. But I really think that it's gonna be Fig Me Up. Fig Me Up's probably gonna be my favorite going forward for the fall. Now there's also Kumquat Wood, and Kumquat Wood is one of my most like complimented fall fragrances. And I'm going over here to my bag to pull out Kumquat. Um, it's something about it, man. It's got like I've got Precious Oud right here. Something about Kumquat Wood, man. It's got it's vetiver and grapefruit. And there's something about the way that it rocks, man. Mm. It is, I don't know why people like it so much. Because if I smell it off of here, it smells nice. It's good. Kumquat Wood, by the way. Come on. There we go. Kumquat Wood. As you can see, the dent don't lie, bro. Whew, man, it's good. It's good. Now, this is one that you smell off of here, and it's like, oh, okay, it's cool. It's all right. But man, when it sits on you is when the magic starts happening. Once it gets into the first stages of that dry down and you start getting those little peaks of vetiver that start really like making this thing feel like real. It's more of an earthy style of vetiver. So it gives kind of almost a really like uber masculine type of feel to it as it gets into the dry down. That's when the magic happens in this, man. And this is one of those fragrances that the sillage gets better as it goes into the dry down. So this is one of my favorites too. But I guarantee you it's gonna be Fig Me Up probably. this fall, I guarantee you Fig Me Up is gonna surpass it. Let's see. Smells good. It's packed. Lemon, pear, bergamot, mandarin, neroli, mint, aldehydes, lavender, rose, jasmine. Oh, you're talking about the Nizam. Oh, that sounds good. Japanese plum, kufi, ginger, saffron, cinnamon, caraway, vanilla, agarwood, amber, ambroxan, musk. They just threw everything in there. They threw everything in there. Let me see here. Say definitely check it out. Mo, I think I said hey to Mo again, but I'm gonna say it again. Hey, what's good? Center today is Castly. I think I'm gonna get Castly from Scent Rush as well. I started to do it this time, but I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get this for now. and see what it's about, because I got too much testing I'm gonna end up doing. And I got a feeling that once I get Castly on like a decant, I'm gonna want to go ahead and get it. So all that hit my nose just now, like, oh my God, what the hell? All right, so one of the things I love is ginger. I love a citrus and ginger combo, and I love when it's done in such a way to where it's kind of an invigorating style of ginger, like you biting into a ginger slice type of ginger. Yeah. This is fresh. This okay. When you talk about summer fragrances, this is fresh. This is nice. What you're getting, basically, you're getting a good bit of ginger in here. It's bright. It's citrus bright. It's got to be kind of a bergamot or something in here, but it's smooth at the same time. It's almost like the ginger is giving it a little bit of like an effervescent side to it, but the citrus itself is really smooth as it's going in. If Memories of Summer is anything like this, I'm gonna love it. All right, let's see. Say I'm working on some decants to send to you too. That bottle is super nice. It is. It is. Let me see. Oh, y'all was talking about that old girl that almost got it. Mo said, "Where's the wifey at? Nice knowing you. I'm gonna have to call you Gator Bait after this story." Heck yeah, man. Look, there are certain. I think I've shared this on here before. There are certain fragrances that I cannot wear, in places because I've been accosted by people, and my wife would be like, "Nah, you can't wear that out no more. You're not allowed to wear that out when you're not with me." Spice Bomb, EDP, Night Vision, EDP, Givenchy. This is Society Extreme. Cannot wear that when I'm not with her. Azaro, the Most Wanted. Cannot wear that out when I'm not with her. I love that stuff. But can't wear that out. What's the other one that she just like, hell no? I'm looking back here right now, but there's one in particular that she literally said hell no to recently. It's got to be on the other side. I know it is. Yep. So this Checkmate King, that's another one. I can't wear it unless she's there. I feel like there's one that I'm missing though. The Amberful, Mancera, this is another one. Can't wear it unless she's there. Because this one almost got me beat up. Let me see here. MBT say, LL, that girl tried it. She was trying to shoot her shot low key. That happens sometimes. And girls in Atlanta, women in Atlanta are aggressive. They're aggressive. They don't care. They see you got a ring on your finger and they just like, it's cool. Just I know how to keep stuff on the low. I wasn't asking you to, but okay. They say, yeah, she was ready to risk it all. She was. Let's see. Most said, I hate when I screw my beard up. Usually I do a good job, but with specifically occasion, I'll let the barber TC of it. Yeah. Hey, I hope I'm worth the risk, by the way. Kicks, $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you, man. Say, Gator, continue to keep up the good work, bro. Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm definitely trying. Racket Club said, do you ever wear oud in the summer? The closest I'm gonna get to the ouds in the summer really is like your Vulcan Few, which is, got some oud in it. The Fig Me Up that I was talking about just now, it'll have a little bit of oud in there, Argerwood specifically. I don't like to wear ouds in the summer, really because I come from a spot. I come from Louisiana. And like I was mentioning a little while ago, I don't really like doing fragrances that, like, I don't like doing florals in the summer, which is one of the issues that I have with Pierce from French Avenue, is that it's a floral, and I come from an area that's very high humidity. So it doesn't really agree with florals very well. It doesn't agree with ouds very well. So I know that during the summer, very, very rarely, with the exception of like the Vulcan Few, which I haven't worn it a lot as it's gotten hotter here in Atlanta. I haven't worn it a lot. The hotter it gets, the less I'm likely to wear any type of like super deep, rich, floral or oudy style of fragrance. I'm always going to wear something that's going to be a little bit brighter. It's going to have a little bit of a freshness to it. I try to stay away from the really, really oudy stuff. Let's see. Tracy said, my fiance can't wear his Almost Wanted out alone either. I feel your wife. Yeah, because they'll try it. Lenny said, what up? What was said about Azaro? Basically saying that, it's one of those fragrances that, your girl don't want you to wear out unless you're with them. Because the Most Wanted is it's that one. By the way, guys, we were talking about ouds just now. When it gets into like the fall and more the winter, if you want something that's going to be close to that style of toffee, then look at the Mancera Eternal Wood. because this actually has the same style of toffee in it that the Most Wanted has. The difference is it has that oud in there. It's very woody. It's very it's a rich, deep style of wood that's in here. And you're getting that little sweetness pop. Well, not even sweetness pop. You're getting a steady amount of sweetness from the toffee. And toffee is a unique sweetener. When you smell toffee, it definitely kind of wakes up some senses especially in the ladies. It wakes up something. Not sure what it is about toffee, but it wakes them up. you know, this is if the Most Wanted was to have an elixir, this would be it. It would be Mancera Eternal Wood. If Most Wanted had elixir, that's what it would be. Let's see. He said, Most Wanted got to be one of the most mass appealing frags for women. My wife only likes maybe 6 frags, and Most Wanted is one of them. Yeah, definitely. Then he said, do you throw your bottles after they become empty? Yeah, most of the time I will. It depends on if it's a sentimental scenario. Like I have my imagination bottle. It's not the imagination. It was my first Lafayette Street that's engraved. So I keep that one. Imagination, I kept my first bottle of Imagination just because it was pretty. But most of the time, if I'm done with the fragrance, that bottle's getting chunked. Let's see. Mold the Canuck. Oh, there goes the mold stuff. Gian, what's going on with you, man? What's happening, Gian? Then he said, Azaro, the Most Wanted makes me feel bad. Only cologne that I like that I cannot wear. Oh, man. You're not the only person. I've had some people tell me that the Most Wanted gives them headaches. And I get that because if I'm not mistaken, is it that one? Is it that Most Wanted that has the lavender in the base a little bit? I mean in the mids? It might be. But I find that fragrances that have like synthetic lavenders usually give people headaches. And that could be what's going on with that scenario. All right, let's see. I see City Paradise in the building. Hey, what's going on with you, man? What is happening? Joe's talking to Gian at work, just not busy. He say, what is your favorite Stronger with You? I like Intensely. Absolutely is good too. I am very interested because I haven't smelled it yet. I want to smell. This is another one that Randy brings up on his channel all the time, and the notes look amazing to me. I really want to try Stronger with You Freeze. There's something about it. Like maybe it's the frosted bottle or something like that. I really want to try that one. I feel like there's something about Stronger with You Freeze that's appealing to me, and I don't even know what it is, but that's the one I really want to try. What are y'all talking about? Canadians commit to no crimes. What are y'all talking about? Okay, there will be no Canadian slander in this chat in here. None. Gian says, Stronger with You Freeze is my favorite one. So I'm jealous because I have not yet to smell Stronger with You Freeze. I really need to put my nose on that one. I really do. Because I feel like I would love it. All right, Racket Club, I finally caught up in the chat. Racket Club says, what would you say are your top 5 summer purchases so far this year? I'm going to throw in one or two of them that happened in November of last year. Still, I bring it up every dang video. Still Life in Rio. My favorite summer fragrance purchase in the last 5 years. And that's saying a lot because I've got Eau Givray sitting over there, which in all honesty, Eau Givray is the summer fragrance. Go argue with your mama. Eau Givray is the best. I'm not talking about, I mean, you throw in niche, throw in designer, throw in, the Eau Givray is the best summer fragrance release like in the last 15 years. I feel that confident about that to where I'll say the last 15 years at least, if not ever. There's something about Eau Givray that is amazing. And maybe it's the juniper in there that gives it this cooling sensation. When you spray it on, it is just magical. It is a magical summer scent. When it heats up, it cools you down. It is gorgeous in the air. The sillage is stupid. Like when I wear this in the summer, it is my most complimented summer fragrance of all time. It's gorgeous. But then I have to throw in the Acqua di Parma Blue Mediterranean, Mandarino de Sicilia. Beautiful, beautiful, realistic, photorealistic, rindy mandarin orange in this one. Beautiful. And if we're talking about this year, then I gotta go with Jean Lo vibe, which I like. Some people don't like this one as much as they like some of the other interpretations of the Pacific Chill. I've got Pacific Chill. I like this. It's not that far from Pacific Chill. The fruit blend is slightly different. And the crazy part about this one is that as it dries down, the apricot in here, it becomes across like initially as more of a blended citrus type of thing. But then as it dries down, more of the apricot nuance starts to kind of pick up off of it. It's nice. It nails the watery aspects of Pacific Chill, which I really like about it. It's one of the things that I like about this one more than I like about this one. A lot of people talk about Pinus, right? And the problem that I have with Pinus is that it's too sweet, number one, but it's frothy. All of the Pinus ones, the Pinus white, the Pinus black one is the same way in a weird way, which is interesting. And then of course the Pinus gold, this one right here, the orange, that one, they come across at the top as like a frothy type of vibe. And I can't quite understand why that is, but it is very off-putting when you first spray them on. Now, as this one dries down, it has gotten better over like the year or so that I've had it. It's still not as good as this one is. And it's still sweeter, almost annoyingly sweet, which is something I'm not a fan of. But that was 4. What else did I buy this year, summer wise? I've got Vuzingi right here. Coconut Lagoon, I really like. This one's good. As you can see I've been doing a good bit of testing on this one. So this one's really nice. Oh man, it's gotten older. It's gotten a little bit more richer as far as like the sweeter aspects of it. That caramel is definitely kind of pumping up. And then, oh man, I hate the recency bias, but it's not even recency bias. It's just good. Petit Blanc. So far, I'm not going to say it pains me to say it because it doesn't pain me to say it. It's just good. It's just really good. Like they did well with this fragrance. They really did. But yeah. Let's see. Freeze, second season. Okay, I need to smell. YSL the Parfum 2025. It's not bad. It gives me some Invictus vibes. We did it on live recently. Randy sent me a decant of it. The YSL the Parfum 2025, which is disappointing to me actually in a way. Let's see. Gian says, "What's in the cup, Gator?" Oh, my normal tequila and chocolate and walnut bitters. Yeah, that's it right here. You know, my usual. Let's see. City Paradise says, my scent today was Roja Elysium with Amouage Reflection. Those two were some expensive fragrances to layer. Like, didn't think they would layer good. They actually do on my skin. I was smelling damn good. I bet you were. I know you were. Gian says, I dislike Pacific Chill. It smells like cactus sugar to me. I could, you know what? I could see that. I could definitely see that. All right. City Paradise says, I like Pacific Chill. I could see that, Gian. Yeah, yeah. Racket Club says, I still haven't smelled Pacific Chill yet. There's so many dupes of it now. There are. There are. That's how you know a fragrance is kind of popular. They start hitting it hard. Let me see. City Paradise says, when you smell the real one, you'll see the difference real quick. I only came across one dupe that's close, which was Coastal Breeze by Luciano. Luciano, the only thing about the Luciano one that's different is that Coastal Breeze is, to me, and I've got a lot of, you can see the dent, I've worn this a good bit too. To me, the only, I feel like they represent the apricot really well in this one. I feel like it gets a little brutish. It's not quite as watery as Jean Lo Vibe is. Remember when I was talking about Blue Talisman versus Art of Universe, and how Art of Universe, Blue Talisman, I mean, not the Blue Talisman, Taj 2 is hitting all the notes and it's trying to, hit the notes, but it's just not, there has no soul to it. It's similar to this, where this one actually has all the soul, but it doesn't hit all the notes right. That being said, it's not bad at all. It's hell, you could tell by the wear. It's really, really good. I think I prefer Jean Lo Vibe only because in Vibe, I feel like you have more of a watery style in there, and I feel like this was a little bit thicker. If that makes sense, it's a little less watery. So I think that Jean Lo nails the watery vibe of it. Now that being said, they're both going to get worn. As you see, this one got worn a lot. Jean Lo Vibe is going to get worn a lot too. Yeah, and so yeah. Hey, I can't disagree with you on that one. I think when I did the video for Vibe, I compared all three of those that I had, and hell, Rare Reef will be here tomorrow. And that's going to be another one that's in the Vibe. And I have a feeling that Rare Reef is going to be my favorite one. Excuse me. Just because Afnan does their thing. Afnan does their thing. Let's see. All right. I'm trying to scroll down a little bit. All right. Said Jay, that's my favorite pickup this summer so far. Racket Club said, I'm definitely going to have to try it out soon. I've been slacking. Jay said, Aromatix nailed that one. You know what, man? He did. And I can't give it all to him. French Avenue, man, they did their thing with that one. They really did. So I wasn't all enthralled with the other releases, man, but this one I am. And it makes me really intrigued about that Frostbite one that he has coming out. That's supposed to be a blue. And if you guys know, you pay attention to my channel any bit, you know I'm a big fan of blues. So that to me is going to be the one that I'm the most anticipating. I'm not really jumping on the bandwagon or jumping on a lot of the Aromatix fragrances. This one's really good, but none of the other ones really are intriguing me as far as note breakdown, except that Frostbite. Just to the description of it makes me say, I want to try that one. I want to see what French Avenue is cooking with that. Say Racket Club says, does that new aromatic smell like Torino to you? No. I mean, it's there. It's there. Don't get me wrong. So it is a definite mix. I've heard people say that it's a mix of gin and tonic from M. Micallef and Torino 21. It is definitely there. One of the things that I get, and I don't know why other people aren't getting it, and maybe they are, they're just not saying it, The way that the mint presents at the very top of this comes across to me a little bit like Le Tat de l'Orange, You or Someone Like You. The way that the mint kind of introduces itself into that fragrance, it's mostly like a little bit of a brutish style of mint that kind of comes in, but it's smooth, and that's how it is here. It comes in almost like a pasty style of mint, and it's only that way for all of about a minute or so as it kind of finds its footing, and that's kind of what it is here too. That being said, the way that the tonic water in here kind of like gives it that effervescence, it really kind of like wakes up the mint in here, so that you're getting a little bit of that it's almost like a little bit of an energizing burst when you hit this on your skin. And it also has a little bit of a cooling factor in here as well, which I was a little bit surprised about. It made me think, is there something like juniper or something in there? Nah, it's just kind of the side effect of that tonic water in here. But actually, I can't knock this at all. I tried, but I can't knock it. It's actually really, really good. Let's see. Jay said, I never smelled Torino yet. It's on my list, though, 21 and 24. I like 21 better than 24. Some people like 24 better. They feel like it has more of a mass appealing vibe to it. I like 21, but then again, I am a huge mint fan in fragrances. Hell, I got 3 inspirations of Torino 21 coming up. I've got the Turin 31. Of course, I've done the one for Vuzingi. I've got this one, the Aromatix one, and I got one other one that's going to be coming. That's going to be a inspiration. So, like I was doing Imagination last year, where I had all of those different Imagination DNAs, this is the year of Torino 21, where I will be doing a bunch of different Torino 21 and Pacific Chill DNAs, apparently, because, like I said, Rare Reef is going to be here tomorrow. So I'm going to really be looking through those. Let's see. Racket Club says, I'd love to find something similar to Clinique Happy. That was my shit back in high school. Get Clinique Happy. Because Clinique Happy goes for like $20 right now on like Fragrance Buy, on FragranceNet. You might want to hold off till you get back to the States on that one though, because I wouldn't pay more than 20 or something for it, but it's fairly cheap. It is fairly cheap online right now. Let's see. Gian said, have you tried the new Terrafigator? It's better than Art of Universe, in my opinion. Haven't tried it yet. I was talking about it a little while ago. I held up on getting it. I had put it in my cart. I had actually put an order in for it, and I canceled the order. And part of the reason I canceled the order, and then I reordered because I saw Memories of Summer on there too. So I made sure to get that one too. But the reason I canceled it was because I started thinking about it as I was ordering it, and I was like, do I really want another Art of Universe DNA? I mean, another Blue Talisman DNA, because I wasn't the most blown away by the original. So I was like, I can wait. I know people are going to be putting reviews out. They're going to be doing stuff like that. I'm not missing much. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, because it'd be different if it was a fragrance DNA that I was in love with. Like the new Fierte Luna, that was the replacement. I broke my thing. You remember I was telling you guys on a couple of lives ago that I am only doing summer fragrances, warm weather fragrances right now. And that's to keep me from buying some of these other DNAs that may be fall centric, and to keep my spending scenario in check. Fierte Luna is the exception to the rule, because Fierte Luna is a Naxos clone, Naxos from Xerjoff. And I love the original Fierte. It is, in my opinion, the best baby cat inspired fragrance out there, with the exception of Tom Ford Old Ombre Leather. If you know, you know. Because that stuff's good, man. Old Ombre Leather is amazing. I love it. It is a much more wearable style of baby cat, smoother. It has just, I feel like it's just a little bit more mass appealing, not quite as rough around the edges. It's not quite as niche, but in a good way. It's more designer mass appeal in a good way. Not a huge difference, just a subtle little bit of more smoothness to it. Not as much saffron kind of pushing up and scratching it. It's just really smooth, suede-ish, and it's really nice, man. But yeah, so this was really, really good, which makes me think that Fierte Luna is going to be really, really good too. So that was my exception to the rule. So that being said, yeah. Let's see. Have you tried the new Tarathi? I did that one. Let's see. Although Coastal Breeze doesn't last long for me, Pacific Chill, I got 7 hours, which isn't bad. Coastal Breeze lasted 4 hours, but I tend to wear it when I'm in the mood. Yeah, man, because sometimes if you're just running around, there's no reason to to spend the money on that or to spend those sprays. Like for real, you can just get something that's really close to the DNA. Okay, Joe said, well, actually, I gotta go to. I think, peace out, Joe. I'm just looking at the chat here. Let's see. I'm looking through that's my thing with the chat. See, this is why I should have put it on. What you call it? Let's see. Jay said, OMG, Happy is a classic. Put some on last week for bed. Just wish it was louder. I forgot which dupe house has one that's loud as fuck. There is a dupe house that has it. I'm trying to think of who it is, but I do remember seeing it. I bet you it's Armoff or Afnar. I bet you it's either Armoff or Afnar. I remember the A. Hell, it could be Ainash, Ricky Garrett said, what's happening, Gator? Have you opened that Ahmad Sapphire and Zamaya a fairy tale yet? I have not. And that goes back to what I was saying before about me waiting on the what you call it, fragrances. So a fairy tale is the one that I kept. I sent back the Sapphire, but I may go ahead and open up a fairy tale. That may be another one of those exceptions to the rule about waiting on the warm weather scents or whatever, or waiting on the cool weather scents until the fall. I may actually open up a fairy tale, because thank you for reminding me about that one, because thank you for reminding me about that one. California Vibe is good. I haven't smelled it in a while, but I remember it being good. Let's see. Oh, y'all talking about some of those tracks. What is going on with the packaging and everything here, man? Because I've been hearing people talk about somebody's canceling all kind of orders and stuff right now. That's craziness. Jay said, yeah, that frostbite one gonna be next level. I hope so. I really do. I really do, man. Racket Club said, Jay, man, I used to overspray that Happy. Great times. I'm gonna do some research for that dupe house. Hey, you know what? Spray it, man. If you can find it, look. Joel said, yep, got to go to work. Take care. Smell good, everyone, man. Peace out, Joel. I know you're probably already gone, but let's see. I'm just kind of scrolling down through the chat here a little bit. FragranceNet is good for me, but the only reason FragranceNet is good for me is because I'm here in Atlanta and their warehouse is literally like 20 minutes from me. So I usually if I order something on FragranceNet, I usually get it within like 2 days. Like very rarely do I order something from FragranceNet and it's like more than 2 to 3 days that I get it. Let's see. Torino 21 is a masterpiece. It is. Torino 21 is nice. Jay said, didn't know you had your own juice out. I must not be tuned in enough. I gotta check you out. Oh, what are we talking about? Who got their own juice? Who got their own fragrance? I need to know. I'm skipping down through the chat, but man, who's got their own fragrance? I need to see what's happening. Oh, by the way, Jay said, I just wonder if Tarathi Electric is a bit more mature than Art of Universe. So from what I'm hearing, it's a smoother version of the Talisman DNA than Art of Universe is. Yeah. Oh, let me see. Tracy says, "Have a good night, everyone. Great time tonight. NBT. Got to be to work super early tomorrow, man. Thank you for stopping through. I appreciate it. I definitely do. I definitely do. I'll talk to you a little bit. I need to send you some. I need to send you some of that stuff over so we can get the decant review thing going. All right. So I'm skipping a little bit through here. I could start speed reading, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Let's see. City Paradise. Lenny said, I heard Tom Ford ombre leather smells like white powder. I don't think it smells like white powder. Now, ombre leather is a little bit more mature. It's a little bit more rugged, you know. Old de ombre leather is different from Tom Ford. It's kind of like a smoothed down version of that, but it's so much better, so much smoother, so much more palatable. It doesn't have the masculine rough edges, but at the same time, it retains kind of this masculine, classy feel to it. It's nice. Grim said, oh, what's going on, Grim? Grim said, what's good? Just wanted to stop by, drop it like and show some support. About to get in the shower and get some sleep. Man, yeah, man. I appreciate you stopping through, man. I definitely do. I definitely do here, man. Grim, yep. Liddy said, I'm off cologne, fam. What? Let's see. City Paradise said earlier today I ordered another Bodacia. I got Harmonious for $245 through a discount, a few more Manceras, another Jerjoff. Hey, man, big spender. Man, so some of the Bodacious, I don't know if they're worth it. I got a partner named Greg, man, and he's an avid collector of the Bodacious. And man, blue sapphire, green sapphire. He's got a couple of them. He's got like I want to say like 9 of them. And I just never, to me, when I smelled them, I was like, oh, that's really nice. It ain't $600 nice, but it's nice. Some of the new, I mean, I see that the prices are kind of going down a little bit, so I may actually check them out. Let's see. Saw Gator was up, so I figured I'd hop on for a bit. Yeah. I'm going to be getting off of here soon, too. Jay said, my father thought you were saying you have your own fragrances. Must be tripping. Grim said, electric, I get more citrus and less of that sweet pear, which is kind of what I was hoping against. City Paradise said, interesting. I ended up ordering some decants of blue electric. I'm okay. So Grim, I saw that you have it. So my thought was, and I remember saying this when I saw the note breakdown, that it was going to be a smoother version of it. They had the vanilla in there, and from what I've heard, because I know Ross reviewed it, I saw a couple of other people review it, and it seems like a smoother version of that DNA. That being said, it's still Blue Talisman, and I'm still like, okay, cool, Blue Talisman. You know, hey, the only pair I like is pear and aqua wood. Best pear fragrance ever. Just FYI. Best pear fragrance ever is aqua wood. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm gonna end up getting it a little earlier than I expected to. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'll take your word for that one on that one, Grim, because I have a feeling that it's not quite the same vibe as Blue Talisman was. Deep Boogie, what's going on, man? Gator, what's good? It was happening with you, man. Wait, when is the wedding? I hope I have not missed the wedding. I hope I have not missed the wedding, man. Let's see. Ever since I got my nose on Imperial by Balducia, I don't know they're good, but I agree the prices aren't worth that much unless the bottle worth money cashing it in. Gian says Senate is pretty good, bro. My favorite one by far is Alexandria's. I think it's the closest Blue Talisman. Yeah, I've heard that the Alexandria is the closest of the Blue Talisman clones. My guy, CR Saint, man, he put me on it, and I ordered it in, and it got lost. And when it got lost, I just said F it and got the refund back, and ended up getting what did I get? I can't remember what it was I got. It's one of the, I wanted to say it was the plum Japanese inspiration that I got. Let's see. Oh yeah, Aquawood is good, and Pear Ink by Juliet Has a Gun. Yeah, Pear Ink is good. It really is. Grim G says smoother than Art of Universe, but I've never smelled the OG. The OG is not bad. Jason says, Aquawood, tell me more. Yeah. You say you got married last Friday? Oh, man. Congratulations, man. Congrats to D Boogie in the building, man. Mr. D Boogie is in the building, man. Congratulations to you and the wifey, man. Because I knew he was coming. I was like, wait a minute. Ain't he married yet? Oh, you's married now. As they say, what is that color purple? Oh, you's married now. That Aquawood's good, man. If you've never smelled Aquawood, so imagine a nice crisp pear, and then you kind of freshen it up in the mids, and then you come back with a little bit of an incensey vibe, right? So it gets fresh, almost soapy. But you get that pear, and it just dances, man. And then you come in the bottom of it with an incense to kind of give it some depth. Now I want. Yeah, here we go. I was about to spray myself in the face. Don't want to do that. Oh man. So this fragrance is underrated when it comes to like summer scents. It's something about the way that it reacts to heat. Like it freshens up. The more heat hits it, the fresher it gets. This is, and people may not get this correlation. This is an alternative to like an imagination DNA. They're basically the same style of fragrance. They're just doing the same thing in different ways. This one is doing that luxury soap vibe, right? But it's using the incense to give it a little bit of depth and richness, as opposed to with imagination, where it's got that citrus at the top, but it's giving the tea is giving it that little grounding in there. Very similar in the way that they move. They don't smell alike, but they're very similar in the way that they present themselves. Underrated, bro. Underrated. Another 13 has a good pair too. You're right, John. Let's see. You can say thanks to everybody. City Paradise, you'll be live tomorrow. That's awesome, man. I'm going to jump in there too. City Paradise Center today is Bodesia 1907. That sounds good. Center today, Tarathi Electric, blah, 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 blah. I'm loving it. So you got electric too. We were just talking about electric, man. I'm hearing it's good. So I may end up having to bite the bullet and drop it and get it. City Paradise said, I own Aquawood, and it does perform better when it's hotter than when it shines. It's just like Reflection Man by Amouage. Yeah. Oh, very similar. Yeah. Very similar. Like it's a fragrance that when you smell it, initially, you're not thinking that it's going to do what it does when the heat hits it. But when the heat hits it, when you get in like a hot weather scenario, it's something about it that like freshens up, and it really kind of starts to really pump and really project, but it's not all of the aspects of the fragrance that's projecting. It's the more fresh aspects of it that really start to kind of bounce off skin. It's really nice in warm weather. I wore that on an island trip Um, we went. Where were we cruising to? I want to say we were going to. This is when we were going to Curacao. Was it Curacao? No, it was St. Kitts. Um, and the driver, it was quite warm that day, and the driver was like, "Oh, the man smelled good. Oh, the man smelled good. Oh my gosh, you stay on my bus." That's the most horrible accent. But yeah, like it was literally like, "Hey, just my wife was like, "Oh, you must smell good because everybody's talking about it." Yeah, yeah, apparently it's really nice. So yeah, aqua wood is really good for that, and it's not so much aqua and it's not so much wood, you know, but it's good. Let's see. Gian said it's good, huh? D Boogie. Plus that bottle is nice. Wow. KM says, wow, thanks, algorithm. Thank you. I don't know who algorithm is, but I think the algorithm must have brought you to us. So if the algorithm has brought you to us, welcome to the Novice Knows, where we talk fragrances, where we talk random stuff, where we drink tequila and talk all kinds of random stuff. You know, that's us. Oh, and because we celebrate our LSU Tigers, who just went to the College World Series finals. And I was supposed to say that every like 10 minutes, but I missed the last couple. So, yeah. Sin in Paradise, oh, I can look at it on the screen right here. Said, it said, the other day I wore Seraphine Blue and I had to stop up at Ace Hardware. I had a bunch of people asking me what I was wearing. I had to give them the website. Seraphine Blue is nice, man. So the wife wants Seraphine Red. I want Seraphine Blue. I ended up ordering Seraphine Musk. So we're gonna end up getting the whole kit. She likes the way, she doesn't like the smell on her, but she loves the way Seraphine Red smells on me because I've done the tester with the decants and stuff. So I think that I'm gonna end up going blue though, because I'm more of a blue fragrance guy and I like the freshness that thing presents with, man. So that's probably what it's gonna do. That being said, that vetiver fragrance is coming. I'm gonna probably end up having to get all of the Seraphims. KL says it did. Love your live, man. I appreciate it. Love you being here, man. Thank you for coming on in here and supporting. Very much appreciated, man. Very much appreciated. Definitely. We don't do nothing but sit around here and talk crazy and have fun and talk fragrances. So now, because you've come in here, KM, you must tell us what your scent of the day is, because, we always got to ask people their scent of the day. Scent of Paradise says Seraphim Red or Citrine is next. I've got Citrine sitting there on the desk, right? So I was going back and forth between Citrine and Coco Loco as far as which one I was going to get. It's going to be Coco Loco. Because as much as I kind of dig Citrine, I feel like I've got stuff in my collection that will mirror what Citrine does, and in my opinion, just kind of project a little bit more off skin. Now, I am going to wear Citrine in some warm weather situations to see what it does before I make the final decision, but it will probably end up being Coco Loco is going to be the purchase between those two. The next purchase I make, like I said, I've ordered Seraphine Musk. The next purchase I make will probably be Seraphine Blue, and then it's going to be either the Citrine or the Coco Loco. As much as I love Aurum, and that would have been the one, my wife hates Aurum. She hates with a passion Aurum. Like, she said it smells like medicine. Surprisingly, my most complimented fragrance ever is 9 a.m. Dive. Women love it. 9 a.m. Dive, I feel like I can see why women like that. I can see it, you know? That profile is a can't miss, because it's like an amalgamation of a bunch of different profiles. KM said Chanel Chanson Tendre Parfum. That is good. I had a chance to smell Splendor, the new one, Splendia. Is it Splenda? Is Splendor? Old Splendor? I can't even say it right. The new Chanel Eau Splendor. I spelled it the other day. And I liked Eau Fraiche. initially as more of my favorite one at first, and I think because it's got a little bit more of an effervescence to it. It's got like a sparkle to it, but I like Splendor better now. So yeah, the bottles are just amazing. I love that bottle design, that nice clean glass, that round glass with the colored tint. Oh my gosh, it's good. I love that bottle, and the fragrance is really nice too. Gian 9 a.m. dive is crazy work. I'm on my second bottle. Yeah, 9 a.m. dive is great. Um, let's see. Cindy Paradise said I had the citrine body balm, so I figured I'd pick it up. I'll give it a boost. The body balm is concentrated. That sounds like the body balm might actually be good if I wanted to do like a really nice layer. And Gia said, D-Book is so cheap, bro. Yeah, it is. That 9 a.m., yeah. Would it be redundant to buy a 9 a.m. dive if I already own Dylan Blue, and why? I haven't smelled it yet. Not really. Well, okay, I'll take that back. Depends on how much you like blues. It's not going to be that redundant to Dylan Blue. Um, Honestly, it's not going to be that redundant to why either. But you're going to have a lot of aspects of why that, without the kind of the apple, the way that apple presents, you'll have a lot of those aspects coming from 9 a.m. dive though. Um, mm, I don't think it's redundant, but if you are looking for like a blue that's kind of a Mr. Everything, I say go with the 9 a.m. dive. It's going to be not as dense of a wear as your Dylan Blue would be. Um, a little less fruity. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that redundant. I think you'll probably end up reaching for 9 a.m. dive more than you will for Tarathi, I believe. You know, let's see. Cinder Paradise said, "I am a Z head." Oh, I gotta. Oh, there we go. Says, say I'm a Z head. I love GZ stuff. George the Hot Off. The most out of everything I own. Yeah, he's got some nice stuff, man. D Boogie said, I like the Otandra iterations, but none of them compared to the OG Chanel Chance. So I like Fraiche better than the original Chance. I don't know why. Okay, just call me I liked Fraiche a little bit better. But you know what's weird? I feel like I'm one of the only people who liked Fraiche. Like I don't know why. Because when I ask women about Fraiche, they're like, "Oh, that's nice." But they'll always talk about the one that you're wearing, Cam, and now they're talking about Splendid. It's like Fraiche just dropped off the radar. I don't know. Maybe Fraiche is just, I like the smell of it on on a woman. Maybe that's what it is. Um, let's see. Yep, Splendid. It's berryish, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I love the design too. So minimalist. Yeah. So yeah, Splendid has kind of like a kind of a fruity kind of backdrop. It's not overly fruity, but it has kind of like a hint of like this berry that kind of pops in the back of it. I like it. I really do like it a lot. Oh man. KM said, "Taste this, sis. Fight me, oh Lord." Don't beat nobody up, KM. Gian said, "I think it's his own thing." Oh, you're talking about what you call it? Yeah. Yeah. Gian, I think you're so 9 a.m. I feel like it now, don't get me wrong, it is its own thing. I think it's kind of an amalgamation of a bunch of different things though. But that's why I said I don't think it's redundant. Like it's got some aspects, but any blue you have is going to kind of share in with a lot of other blue aspects. So I don't think it's really redundant, especially not to Dylan Blue. I do pick up I could see where a little bit of the comparison could be to Y, especially like the original, the Y EDT. Just not as loud. It's nowhere near as loud as that Y EDT is. Let's see. Said, thanks, Gian. I was always afraid of buying it at first due to the similarities. Yeah. I wouldn't be afraid of buying it. I don't think it's that redundant. Paradise said, only two I like from Chanel Homme Sport and BDC Parfum. Yeah. Yeah, Blue de Chanel Parfum is a masterpiece. I want to get Edition Blanche. I don't want to pay for Edition Blanche and have it last 3 hours on skin. Every time I've tested Edition Blanche, as much as I love the way it opens, it literally lasts like 3 hours on my skin. And it's so disappointing that I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. D Boogie says, sit it, man. I can go for days with the Chanel frags. I love for him and her. Platinum Ego East is an all-time. Well, Platinum Ego East is the bomb. Platinum Ego East is the freight, which, by the way, I ran out of Platinum Ego East last year. And I have been like, okay, I need to get another bottle, need to get another bottle, need to get another bottle, need to get another bottle. And Nordstrom's when I ran out, well, that was it Nordstrom's or Saks? I think it was Saks. No, it's Nordstrom. And they were having I take that back. It was not either one of them. It was Macy's. They had a sale, and I missed the sale where I could have got it for like $78 for a 3.3 of one of the bigger bottles. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just wait for that sale to come around. Because Macy's, they'll like regurgitate those sales. It has never come back around, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off, man. Let's see. Gian says, definitely not redundant with the others. I don't get any Dylan Blue. It could have some Y DNA, but it's more wearable, fresher, and versatile. But there's also a bit of BDC. Yeah, I don't get a lot of Dylan Blue out of it. I don't. So that's why I was like, it's not really Dylan Blue. I could see some aspects of YEDT, but it's not nearly as loud. But I don't see the redundancy. I think that you can get that fragrance and not, have a fear of any type of redundancy going on. I would go with that. I would definitely. So 9 a.m. Dive is a nice, quick blue that you could pick up and run with. Another one that you might consider when you're talking about blues, depending on how you like blues, is this guy right here. This is Ahmad Al-Maghribi blue. And you can get it normally for around $25, maybe somewhere in that range, maybe $30. But what you're getting here is kind of like it's Blue de Chanel EDT. But it's got a little bit of a sneaky sillage to it. So this is one that you'll go nose blind to. It's not a one-to-one with any of the Blue de Chanel DNAs, but it's definitely got a lot of that vibe going on in it. As a matter of fact, I mean, some people would compare it and say it's spot on. I don't think it's spot on at all. But it does last a lot longer. This is one that I didn't know I was nose blind to. The thing about Ahmad Al-Maghribi fragrances is that they can be sneaky strong. Like Cough. Cough is the perfect example of what it means to be sneaky strong. Like you'll spray on Cough and not realize that you are lighting up the damn room. And then you'll walk in the room and wonder why people are like leaving. That in a nutshell is Cough. Because as good as it smells, and it's that Percival DNA, basically that's what it is. I mean, Fierce, Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. It's a little bit fruitier. That watermelon is definitely in here, a little bit fruitier version of that. And this is closer to Fierce than because I heard somebody mention that Mont Blanc Legend Blue is close to Fierce. Not as close as this is to Fierce, with the exception of the fruitiness from the watermelon. I find that Legend Blue is a lot closer um, to Percival. Man, especially like in the first like 20, 30 minutes, they're like almost indistinguishable. Because when I was on the cruise, I was wearing this last cruise I went on, and folks were like, when I walked into like the little, duty free, they had the different, colognes and stuff in there, and they were like, "Oh, so I know you like the Parfums de Marly. You're wearing the Percival, right?" Nah, I'm wearing Mont Blanc Legend Blue, but thank you for thinking that. It's just that close to it. So this is another blue you might consider, because this isn't very expensive either. Mont Blanc Legend Blue right now for 3.4 is running around maybe 45 to 50 on discounters right now. You can get like a 1.7 probably for in that $35 range, somewhere in that for it. Really nice, really versatile, opens up with the mint, and of course it's got your lavender mids in there. Awesome fragrance to spray on. It lasts somewhere around 6 hours or so. It's really good. It's really good, man. It's an invigorating type of vibe. So if you like blues, Ahmad Amagribi Blue, and then Mont Blanc Legend Blue. Boucheron Singulaire is a really good blue. The problem with Boucheron Singulaire is that it is a man's man blue. It's one of those where it's like, it's shower gel to the max. Beautiful, beautiful, but it's strong. It's a strong type of blue, you know? All right, let's see. I'm trying to get caught up here. All right, let's see. I'm not crazy for all the Chanel except the ones that pop off my skin. Yeah. Let's see. It all mixes to a nice scent. Yep, we're talking about the 9 a.m. dive. Let's see. Platinum Eloise. Yeah, that's the frag that got me hooked 30 years ago. That's the one. That'll do it. Okay, KM, thoughts on Armani Stronger With You Parfum. So the Parfum, I went ahead and got a decant of it. Got a sample of it. My guy gave me a little sample of it when I went in Macy's. Okay, so to me, I find it slightly redundant. I've worn it off skin once, and I don't want to give it a really good judgment because I don't think I put a full wearing on it. Like I wore it like kind of walking around the house, as far as like spraying it on skin and kind of, whatever. It's hard for me to judge it off a full wear without a full wear, but so far what I've smelled of it, it just kind of feels a little bit redundant to everything that's been there before. Of course, I mean, you're dealing with a DNA, you're going up to a parfum concentration. You don't really want to judge it on redundancy as much as you want to try to probably judge it off of longevity and, how it kind of progresses off skin. So I don't know if I really feel comfortable about giving it a good evaluation until I get, is it worth the buy? Right now, I'd say no, but I do want to get a full wear on skin. It's so hot here right now that it's kind of hard for me to get a really good comprehensive judgment on it because it's more of a fall and winter style of scent. Now, when the weather gets cooler, if I get a good amount of rain that comes in, I'll probably give it a wear and see what it does. Let's see. Gian, I only have BDC Parfum and Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme Scented. Yeah, that's a good one, actually. Let's see. Cam said, yeah, well, D Boogie said, Cam, I'm really digging that one. Racket Club, did you ever like the Issey Miyake summer frags? Man, I miss those yearly summer flakers. Le Sel d'Issey is not bad. I actually, I think I am still going to get a bottle of it. I did a decant of it recently. It's not bad. I think though I'm going to wait for the eau de parfum because it's kind of it's to me it's good, but I've got other fragrances that smell like it. So I'm kind of in like a spot where do I really want to go for it or not? Like, I was kind of torn between getting that one and Bois Imperial. Bois Imperial is going to win most of the time in that conversation. But I don't know. They don't have bad summer frags. They don't. And I think La Celle d'Issy, if you're looking for a nice, solid summer fragrance, La Celle d'Issy is a good one. Let's see. Strong with You Parfum is not overly sweet and it's kind of toned down to me. It is. It is, but to me, it's still kind of. And here's the thing. This is why I said I probably need to get a full wear on it. Because just me kind of spraying it on the forearm and kind of walking around and just kind of working and stuff like that, I don't feel like I was getting the most of the representation. To me, I was getting stronger with you, and but it was stronger with you. It wasn't one of those things where I was like, oh, this is a little bit sweeter or it's a little bit. I don't think I really got a good gauge on it. I'm one of those people who I like to, before I really gauge a fragrance, I like to wear it. I like to see how it kind of pops off the skin, how it presents. If I'm just spraying it on forearms or whatever, just kind of walking around, I may not have been able to gauge how sweet it was, compared to the OG, or how less sweet it was, as well. So I think I do need to go ahead and maybe I'll put that on the list here, when I do the next. When I get the next grain in here, is to kind of wear that around and see how it is, get a full wearing on it and see how it plays off my skin. Let's see. Tomorrow I'll probably rock a Zorro Ginger Lover. That sounds good. Let's see. Or Precious Treasure. Yeah. Gian says, oh, well, actually, let me see here. Yay, just got it for my man. Even the top notes are so masculine, but not generic. Yeah. Not generic. It's not generic at all. It's not generic at all. Nothing like that. Sin in Paradise or probably Precious Treasure. Precious Treasure, I hear, is really good. I've never smelled Precious Treasure, which is odd. Gian said, how is cough, Gator? Well, excuse me. I like it. I like cough a lot. It's strong, and I didn't realize it was that strong. And then I sprayed it on and I went somewhere and I realized, how you can tell sometimes you walk somewhere and you can tell that you're lighting the room up? That's what happened with this. And I felt kind of embarrassed, because not really embarrassed, but you become self-aware. Like you be like, oh, wait a minute. I am literally lighting this room up, because everybody starts kind of looking around and it's like, no, you can't do your regular spray routine with this one, Gator. You got to literally, put your 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it, because it's sneaky strong and it will still pop like that. It's synthetic enough to where you'll go nose blind to it, and then other people will catch you and you'll be the nuke the room that you walk into. So yeah. Let's see. D Boogie said, really? So cough or Legend Blue? Uh Oh, I'm way behind. Let's see. Legend Blue is great. Legend Blue is so good. D Boogie, I'm debating to get cough. Never go wrong with the fierce DNA, Gian, but I hear that cough has much better performance. Cough has better performance than Legend Blue. Definitely has better performance than Legend Blue. But Legend Blue has more, to me, a lot more personality. So the interesting thing about cough is that it's strong, but it's really smooth. So you're not getting like this invigorating pop or anything like that, like you get with a Legend Blue. With a Legend Blue, you're getting that invigoration from the top. That mint really hits you. The lavender actually is a really it's a fresh style of lavender. So it's really kind of elevating the fragrance along with the mint. So when you spray that thing on, it's like an invigorating style of fragrance. But cough, it's more smooth. You're getting little fruity pops here and there, but it's strong. Like, it's deceivingly strong. So those are the things about which one do I like more? I don't know. I can't say that I like either one of them more. I'm a fan of Legend Blue. I really am. Um, but I'm a fan of Cough too. They've got their own utility for different things, but if I had to if somebody put a gun to my head, I'd probably go Legend Blue. Um, but Cough's good. Cough is solid, man. There's people. I may change my mind on that tomorrow, but today it'd probably be Legend Blue. Let's see. He said, "Out of this is City Paradise. Out of the Strong with You main line, the parfum is my favorite one for me. Strong with You sandalwood isn't bad. It grew on me. I was so intrigued by Strong with You sandalwood, and I just when I started kind of, and this is why a lot of times I don't like to listen to reviews of fragrances, but then sometimes I'm glad I listen to reviews, and the things that I was hearing about it, as much as I love the note of sandalwood, some of the things that I was hearing about it was like it's not really worth the buy. Um, so it's going to be a fall scent for me. It's going to be a fall purchase. And again, if you guys don't know, what I'm doing is I've made kind of a goal, with the exception of the two that I mentioned earlier, to only purchase summer leaning frags until the fall, and then I'm going to start bringing in fall fragrances on my hauls. And that's to keep me from buying a bunch of different DNAs that I'm gonna have stockpiled to wear later. And it also keeps me from, it allows me to start experimenting with some more summer leaning fragrances that are out there. Let's see. Gian says, Cindy, my favorite is Freeze by far, then Leather. I really got to get my nose on Freeze. I'm going to skip down a little bit because I'm watching y'all. Let's see. City Paradise said, oh, more storms coming in. Yay, going to be a long night. It's a lightning show. Hey, be careful. Be careful. Let's see. Strong with You tobacco, I heard, is good. Love the idea of wanting to wear it when until it rains. Yeah, I do want to wear it when it's cooler, when I've got a little bit more, where it's not something where I'm going to be tempered by the heat, because that's a fragrance like a Strong with You parfum that I would probably wear in the fall. So I want to make sure that it's a time when I can actually wear it where it's not going to be too out of the box, hot. Let's see. Precious Treasure on My Skin, man. That one lasts. I got 14 hours, and that's insane. I was shocked. So, yes, that's a good one. City Paradise, you're in Ohio. Oh, man. Let's see. Gian said, I already bought Winter Frags Gator. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best not to buy any Winter Frags right now. It's hard. City Paradise said, well, yeah, it's all fall. I mean, it's for fall, and right now I've been getting summer stuff for now. Yeah, I'm trying to focus on summer. Trust me, I ain't got much longer, and it's gonna be fall fragrance haul time. It's just gonna be that time. Oh man, I got to roll out of here, guys. I just realized what time it is. I gotta wake up and take the wife to make sure she gets in her she's got a sorority thing that she's got going on tomorrow. So just wanted to kind of check in with everybody. Man, KM, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Anybody that's out there, make sure you hit the like button on the way out of the room. We're about to go ahead and close this one out, man. I appreciate everybody being here, man. All of y'all have been awesome, and I will talk to all of you guys later. I'm gonna finish my little drink in a sec. But before I get out of here, as always, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, make sure you say go Tigers. And make sure you make today the best day ever on purpose. Wait, Senate. Anyways, my dude took his nautical voyage to another level. He added ISO E Super. I just said ISO E Super, but ISO E and Ambroxan to it. Said the longevity is through the roof. So I ordered the same perfume oils. I'm gonna try it out myself. Yeah, Yeah. If you add ice, first of all, if you add ambroxan to anything, you're going to really amp up not just the projection, but the freshness to that thing. You throw ISOE Super in there, and you're really kind of giving that good bit of longevity to it. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. If he wants to, I suggest that. But anybody who wants to make their fragrances last a little bit longer, or wants to, just put that base, because they sell the base spray by itself now in ISOE Super, where you can literally spray on the ISOE Super as a base, and then throw on your fragrance over the top of it. It increases your longevity by a couple of hours most times. But KM, good night, all. I sub, man. I appreciate you subbing. Again, everybody, go Tigers. Make sure you make today the best day ever on purpose. Peace out.